Coke machine for real fishing. Here I am at Amelia Beach. Nice sunny day, just catching a few minutes of fishing this morning before I hit the hay. I realize probably a lot of you guys aren't seeing this because I started a link up, I posted it all around, and then somehow it got screwed up and I had to post a new link. So here we are with the new link. So maybe some of you guys will have to watch this later on. First things first, I received a message from Fish Bay Marina, and they said they are still running and that they are all go for this weekend. So keep that in mind. So I'm out here at Amelia Beach, and the deal is that the ice is about 12 inches thick, which is nice. And in addition to that, there's about a foot wide, very fresh pressure crack in this area that is, yeah, it's very fresh. Like you put your foot through it quite easily. It's probably like a centimeter of ice, if that. It must have just cracked open this morning. It had me very seriously considering what part of it I was willing to cross. And I saw another guy behind me here came out on an ATV, and he was really going around trying to figure out where he could cross this brand new pressure crack. So yeah, it's about yay wide, just wide open, enough to get your tires stuck in or your legs stuck in, that kind of thing. And the ice is making a few pops and clicks here while I'm here, but nothing concerning at all. It's just making ice because I think it's about -8 right now. As I recall from looking at the weather forecast, by the end of the week, we're looking at, unless it's changed, they were looking at +5 or something like that, and rain on Friday, which I'm not looking forward to in the least. You know, maybe I am, maybe that would be nice, but that's going to make things slushy again, potentially, but there isn't a lot of snow on top of the ice right now. I'm on a little snowy patch right here, and I'm here because, you know, who wants to stand on glare ice? All the rest of it's pretty slippery, so I picked this spot to drill a hole, and it's only a very small amount of pretty crusty snow, so it's pretty good. I don't see any snowmobiles or anything out at the moment, but like I said, there was a guy out on an ATV that was trying to cross this pressure crack just a few minutes ago. So I'm out here at Amelia Park. I figured I'd come out, get my fish on a little bit. I don't have any live minnows. I'm actually using salted minnows. So I'm using a minnowless minnow clapper today. I guess you would say a salted minnow clapper. I actually have a garlic recipe that I made with my dead minnows to put these minnows together here. I have a video, if you look back at some of my old videos, where I show you how to make salted minnows, if that's the kind of thing that you fancy. I am in 11 feet of water. In the spring in this area, I was having pretty good luck trolling around for wallies and just off the beach here, and I was probably in 14 feet of water. So I'm probably in the area I was in the spring, but the you know, they took down the depth, or they lowered the water here, so it's not really as deep as it was then. I'm going to give you guys a little look around here. I'll put my rod on its holder. Oops. Hold on a second. So this Friday, I will be down at the Birch Grove launch again, selling minnow clappers. I've got a few of them that now have treble hooks on them, which is something I haven't had on them in the past. So if that kind of thing catches your fancy. The problem is I have a little bit of trouble shipping those because I'm able to ship things very cheaply by putting them into letter mail, and that allows, if I can keep it a certain thickness, I can ship it through letter mail, and so the single hook works great for that, but a treble hook does not. So I don't know if you guys have tried to ship anything lately, but I picked the cheapest option for shipping something at one point. Package mail. It was $13, and I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And then they hit you with this $4 fuel surcharge. I don't know. So it all ends up being, with taxes and everything in, almost heading towards $20, you know. So So I tried to figure out the easiest way and cheapest way to ship those clappers. Anybody who's been out at the Birch Grove launch there who caught me last week, it was pretty sweet to meet all sorts of different people down there. And I met the ultimate four-wheel fishing fan, Rob Brown. This dude shows up, gets out of his car, yells, "Hey, Coke machine." And he's got I Cook with Ice hat on, and I Cook with Ice hat on, and a four-wheel fishing hoodie on. And I'm just like, sweet. Anyway, let's take a look at the lake around us here, and I tell you, it's a really nice day. And that's the only reason I'm out here. Well, I just felt like fishing, you know. I still have to go to sleep today, but I did work a night shift last night. That's part of why my eyes are like this. It's also because it's really sunny. So, here's what it looks like out here. Just gonna tighten up my tripod here. So yeah, you've got some ice with a tiny bit of snow on it. It's all very firm, no slush. Looks great. So I'm just gonna turn the camera down to my, I think it's so bright I don't think you guys will be able to see my fish finder here. Anyway, you can see off to the right there, I've got dead stick on a trigger. I got a whole garlicky minnow on there. I'm hoping for some perch or something that come cruising through here. I don't have a heck of a lot of time to fish, unfortunately, but it's nice to be out here, even if I'm only out here for a bit. So I'm going to read a few of the comments here. Outfish Ontario, good morning to you. Fahad Khan, you heard my new track. Yeah, I've been working on that track since last year. I had written it, and I was going to release it last year, and then I just started messing around with it, and next thing you know, ice fishing season's over, and then I was going to try to release it before Christmas time, but I always think I can get things done faster than I can. It's one of my flaws, I guess. But anyway, I filmed the music video for it the other day. It was on a very cloudy day, and I intentionally filmed it on a cloudy day because it's kind of it's a funny track, I'll give you that, but it's like it's going to come off kind of dark, but in an intentionally funny way. It's going to seem real serious, but the subject matter is going to be kind of funny. So anyway, I'll be releasing that new video maybe next week. If like I said, I got a bad concept of time on creating and finishing projects. If you're really lucky, I'll release it tomorrow morning. Most likely, I'm going to be releasing a video, an interview I did with Mantra Fishing. He's another North Bay YouTuber. I was going to interview all these North Bay YouTubers, but everything sort of fell through and I ran out of time. Again, concept of time. George Siskow says, make those minnows clap. Yeah, in this case, since these minnows are salted, I got to do all the clapping. David Bennett says, Coke, you're going to give the fish bad breath with the garlic. Bad breath so good. I'm going to pre-season them before I fire them in the pan. Phil S. Good to see you here too, buddy. Off-grid wannabe. I like that emoji. Laughy face, green guy. Nathan Ricker, welcome to the party. Diffie, you say it's not going to worsen the ice thickness as long as there's snow on it. It's going to thicken up again next week. Yeah, it's like we're definitely not putting on ice at any kind of crazy rate, but what we got seems to be holding, and that's pretty sweet. Jeff, You're in Cancun. I used to go to Cuba every couple of years back when I was in my 20s, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. If I had the opportunity to swim in the ocean, I would swim in the ocean every day of my life. Yeah, Nipissing, Chippewa Creek. I used to park right at the creek here and launch my canoe when I was going here in the spring. And then I saw the parking lot was open because they don't really clear these little lots much around this area. I think the city should be clearing all these lots to provide everybody with access all over the place. But some of the different lots, like the Chippewa Creek lot and the Amelia Beach lot, I'm fortunate enough to be able to park there just because of the warm weather, but usually it's just full of snow. And there's a Silver Beach as well, that lot along Lakeshore there. It'd be nice if they cleared that out. You could probably fit 20 cars in there, but no. I just think that would be another good access point. But yeah, I saw, as I was going to park at Chippewa Creek, I saw that it was open water by the creek there. So I guess the sun is making it so you can't really see my fish finder down there. So unfortunately, I'm trying to think of, it's pretty much set as bright as it can be. It's just the sun here not helping anything. So I don't know if you want to look at my beard jumping up and down while I blab away. Oh, let's see here. Guess I can't really turn this thing anymore. You can sort of see my fish finder there. I don't know if it's clear enough for you guys to see. But it's empty. There's no fish down there. Like I said, I'm in about 11 feet of water. I'm hoping something will be cruising along here. But I also don't have too much faith. If I had to choose, I would have chosen at least 15 feet of water. But I was in a rush. Figured I would get a couple minutes in out here with this nice sunny day. I was debating about flying my drone. I was debating about videotaping myself while fishing here. And the funny thing is doing one of these live streams is easy enough for me. You know, I just start the phone up and let it roll. I think I took a look at all the different videos I need to finish. And I'm like, oh, I only have 2 videos I need to finish. And then I wrote them all down, and it turns out there's about 4. So I got the brand new song that I'll be releasing soon. And then I've got the mantra fishing interview video. That one's like basically done. And then I've got, there's a few short, like minnow clapper related clips. So yeah, I got one video where I just demonstrate how it works. You know, can't just always demonstrate it with animations. So, Northern Boys, you said you measured 15 inches at sunset. Okay. How far out on Sunset did you go out there? Or are you there right now? Northern Boys Fishing, you're another guy I have on my list to interview. I was going to release a bunch of videos, and it was going to be called, I don't know if you heard that. It's going to be called Meet Your Local YouTubers. So I'm just going through some of the comments here. Western Mass Outdoors, boys. What's up, bud? Massachusetts here. Is there any ice down there or any snow? I'm fishing 11 feet right here. I think closer to shore there's some weed beds, or at least there were in the springtime. but I'm in 11 feet here. Lucas Miller, how are you doing? Thanks for sending me those pics and telling me about your adventures using the minnow clapper on Simcoe. That's a lake that hasn't even seen that lure yet. Jeff, you got 25 people watching here in Cancun. Wow. Guess they want to see what it's like when it's really cold. Are the people down there that are helping you watch, are they fellow Canadians enjoying the warm weather, or are they people from down in that area who have never seen ice on a lake before? I remember when I went to Cuba, I remember telling one of our guides there that a week ago, the week before, I was standing on a frozen lake, and he was just blown away at the whole idea of water freezing to the point where you can, hang out on top of it. So Diffie, a week ago today, you were ice fishing in an ice hut provided by Perot's Prime Time. I got out with them last year once with a couple of guys, a couple of for-real fishing fans there. Got to meet the operators themselves. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I believe his wife's name was Danica. Nice folks. Yeah, are you coming up this way, Western Mass Outdoor Boys? Because if you guys are going to out with any of the operators on the South Shore there, I'm gonna be hanging out in a parking lot. Holy moly! You guys must have heard that. I think my life just flashed before my eyes a little bit there. That was a good one. It wasn't quite the waves in my hole kind of good one, but that was an icequake. Second Amendment, you're going to see me on Friday. What time are you going to be there? I just want to make sure. I'm usually showing up shortly after 9. I might try to get there earlier. I've only done it twice now, but each time I've managed to sell a bunch of clappers while I was down there. So I, I don't know if showing up earlier is more profitable. Or if that's when people are coming more. I know a lot of people show up at about noon. So Jeff says there's a mix of people watching in Cancun. Some say you're crazy. I think I am a little bit crazy. Some kind of crazy I haven't identified yet. Diffie. Yeah, Eves, that was it. Eves and Danica. Yeah. I think I saw the other day Fox Fishing 4K posted a video where he had caught a really, really, really loud icequake that went on. I think it was on Simcoe. Yeah, this one I recorded here though was pretty good. I've had some crazy ones where I swear it's like a wave that you can feel. It's I remember I was in the hut with my buddies, or a pop-up, and I swear it was like a wave through the ice, our chairs tilted back and then forward again. And that was probably the craziest icequake I'd ever encountered. Although I did encounter in my early days of ice fishing a pretty wild icequake on Simcoe. But And those are the early days of me ice fishing. So it's like you basically you're like about to dive. Just got my chair back and tuck here so you guys can at the very least see my rod jigging. Yeah, my early days of ice fishing. I was on Simcoe there, and me and my buddies were basically like diving for our sleds. It was such a crazy sound. But yeah, this ice is making a lot of sound out here this morning. Lieutenant Sam. So you're going to be hitting the steelhead streams in western New York. You know, there aren't a lot of steelhead in the streams up here, or at least close to here. I've always wondered, like coming out of Georgian Bay, if the steelhead run there. That's still, you know, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away from here. But then again, I'd have to look at which streams come out of Georgian Bay and then up, and then how far up, or if the steelhead run there. I know a lot of people tell me about the salmon and steelhead running out of Superior in that area. But when I was living in Toronto, I definitely hit up the old Humber River and caught a few there. Did the best when I started using flies with like a little float on a fly rod. I'd wait till the crowds disappeared, because a lot of people would show up right at the crack of dawn, and it was too busy. So I'd wait till they all left at like 11, and then there was like a little spot where there was shade and like a groove at the side of the river, and I managed to catch a few steelies doing that. Well, this lake is, I don't know how much you guys can hear, but it's making it's singing this morning. Is there a deal or something on Cancun here, Struckus and Jeff? Because, you know, seems like everybody's heading there. What's going on, Struckus? You've been out there ice fishing, or you've been driving your tractor around? I've been watching on Facebook. Seems like you're getting lots of use out of that tractor. What's the name of the popular beer down in Cancun there, Jeff? So, Second Amendment. All right, did you already place an order for minnow clappers? Because I know there's a guy who said he was going to Rob's 5-Star. At 10 or 11, but he obviously had a human name and not an avatar. But I'm going to be delivering some there on Thursday or Friday. I'm going to see if Rob's 5-Star has got space for me to go out and do my live stream on Thursday with them again, just so I can deliver those clappers and have somewhere to do my live stream. Nick Day there basically told me just to let him know whenever I want to come down, and he'll see if he can do it. And then get my fish on out there. Fixing and doing stuff. Morning, Coke. Sean. Right on. Yeah, I've heard that Owen Sound has some good steelhead fishing down there. Yeah. I'm always curious about how much it costs to go to these places these days. So I know Cuba was always reasonably priced. My wife at the time was working as a teaching assistant in schools, so we always had to go on March break. And of course, March break, they crank up the price all around. So we we would go with the cheapest option. And I tell you, some of the cheapest places I went to, even though they weren't like the nicest and the food wasn't the best, a lot of those places had like the nicest ocean in front if you like snorkeling. And I do. Yeah, you can see one place we went to, which I think has since been destroyed by a hurricane. It's called what's it called? Club Bucanero. And it was when we went there, it was half destroyed by a hurricane. And then I think another hurricane came and finished it off a few years later. It was kind of funny because on reading the TripAdvisor reviews of Club Bucanero, there were a lot of people that were saying there were a lot of like old dudes swimming in the pool in their like whitey tighties, which I didn't experience, but apparently it was a place where a lot of old dudes went to like pick up young Cuban ladies and then swim in their underwear, I guess. I don't know. Sort of strange. Like it seemed to occur enough at Club Bucanero that there was more than one review that mentioned old dudes swimming in their whitey tighties in the pool. Going ice fishing on Friday, fixing and doing stuff, eh? Awesome. Man, this sun is cooking my face. Struck us. Yeah, I guess if you got the tractor, like my dad's got a Kubota tractor, and yeah, he's always getting up to stuff with it, lifting this, cutting that, snow blowing this, that kind of stuff. Lieutenant Sam, Pretty River in Collingwood is also good. Pretty River, I don't know if I've heard of that one. It must be a small one. So you're getting started nice and early there, Jeff. Getting a Caesar, 10:30 in the morning. Okay. Right on. Second Amendment. I just know I've got some people that have placed orders and sometimes if I'm in the area, I can deliver them, or I'll deliver them when I'm going down to like the Birch Grove access point there. Yeah, Struckus. That's exactly my thinking there, buddy. Is that, a lot of people, like at Club Bucanero there, the beach right at shore was nice, but like 2 feet into the water, it was already getting into coral and stuff like that. But boy, we saw like squids, crabs galore, all kinds of fish. And you get into even a foot of water and you see a million different fish. It's like an aquarium out there, and it's just wild to see. Yeah, octopi, all sorts of different things. It's pretty wild. That was the best snorkeling. And we went to Veradero where the beach was real nice, but you had to go out like half a K to get to where you'd start to see some coral. And you still saw fish, and like the people running the resort advised us to take one of their little mini bottles of pop and like pop holes in the lid and fill it with bananas. And when you're out snorkeling, you squirt that out and all these fish show up to eat it. You wouldn't think fish would be that ferocious about eating bananas, but they can be. if you cross there, like right over here, that's where I came. Like I crossed the big one right there, pretty much right in front of you. And then there's a wide open water right over here, so watch out.
You went with okay. The big house there?
Yeah, pretty much. You can see the snowmobile trail over it. Yeah. Sorry, somebody was asking me how I got across these pressure cracks here. Well, I was while I was talking there, something hit my lure because I had it, at about 8 feet. I bet you it was a herring. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon because I'm gonna have to go hit the hay. But so Michael Gates, he said the walleye bite was slow. The perch were on fire. What area of the lake were you at? So George, you say David Johnson, hi Coke, no fish here at Sunset Cove. I know. Yeah. Just watch out for the second pressure crack. You'll see it.
Where the open is?
Yeah. George Siskov, if you want to get some minnow clappers, you can either get them from me at the Birch Grove launch. You can get them at Billy Bob's Bait. I've got a whole bunch there now. Or you can order them through my website, which is in the description of this video. I put the link there. Second Amendment, I do have some glowers, and I do have a brand new order for a few more, or a whole bunch more components. I've been sailing through the components. Not sure how many I've sold, probably in the area of 200 or 300. I'm not really great at keeping track of this stuff, but the website I have helps me do that a lot. So anyway, guys, looks like it's about 10:33. I had one bite while I was talking to somebody. So I'm gonna have to take off here. But I was going to go through some of the comments here. Heading up Thursday evening. Going to go check out the local gentleman's club. Set up at Bear Creek Friday morning. Stay out on the ice. Okay, well, didn't catch any fish this morning, guys, but thanks for coming out, and we will check you guys on the flip. I'll probably do another live stream on Thursday, hopefully at Rob's 5-Star. Just one last look at the lake for fun, and then I'm going to shut it down and hop in my truck and head home. So everybody have a great day. Talk to you guys on Thursday.